All right, Bailey, thanks, of course, as we continue to track the heat for the rest of the afternoon and going into the weekend. It's going to be pretty sizzling out there, so be careful as you're making plans to be outside here over the course of the next couple of days. Of course, your heat risk map here showcases most of the country here, including us here in ENC. We're going to be in that minor to medium risk for today. Tomorrow, we're going to continue to see that minor to medium risk pick up again as we go towards later Sunday, though. A lot of us in that major risk, so get ready for some intense heat moving in. Of course, we'll have much more coming up later on our newscast beginning at 3 o'clock. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Zach Coulter will keep you company, keep you informed on all that. For the rest of the evening, though, again, a stray shower to our southern counties, and that's about it here for the most of us here. We'll go quiet all around, some clouds filter on in, that's about it. Maybe some sunny breaks in between, start the day out. The humidity is also going to be a lot more friendlier like it was today, but by the evening hours, that begins to change because we're starting to see some of those increasing clouds move in, maybe a few pop and go showers. They're very isolated out there as well, but then we'll go quiet going into Saturday evening. Sunday morning we'll start off pretty warm and muggy, waking up in the 70s and near 80 for some of you. That's not and that's just the beginning of it. So there's a lot more hot days coming our way. Not much rain expected here as we go towards today. You kind of can see it's confined to our southern counties here. Earlier on, you saw some of the model data was showcasing some showers north. Most that's beginning to trend further south as we go towards later on to this weekend. So keep your plans to stay hydrated. Go find a pool or something to keep yourself safe. Water, of course, wear light, loose fit clothing. Of course, you make sure you keep yourself intact, and also make sure to take breaks, find shade. If you're working outdoors, find some sources of water. Again, to just limit yourself to outdoors. Don't overexert your body in this type of heat. Unfortunately, the winds are not going to cool us off as much, though. You see they're about 5 or less, even 3 or less miles. Maybe some breezes back towards the coastline. That's going to be about it, though. Unfortunately, though, when the humidity is really going to be hanging on tight once again as we go towards next week, one back of that tropical ring. You kind of see a little dip here. That may feel nice for a second or two. Unfortunately, it is not moving any much. Now, the summer sizzle continues on once again as we head into the start of next week. An area of high pressure, pretty much a building block of ridge that's building in for most of us right now. That will continue to stay overhead of us here until we get this out of here. There's really no change in our forecast. We like to call this the ring of fire because everything's going up and around us here for the next several weeks to come. So even going to late month here, even into July, things begin to take part as well. Of course, the first alert calendar, a lot of things happening here in between. We've highlighted multiple days next week for first alert weather days. Of course, the heat will continue going into next week here. Of course, the following weekend after that is the 4th of July. So if you've got any festivities scheduled for that time, keep checking back for updates. We'll be here with you as we do so as well. Stray shower chance tonight, tomorrow as well. Most will stay dry. It's the heat index that's really what gets us here between 110 and about 105. The only better chance of rain we may see maybe Wednesday. Other than that, that doesn't look as much either. And possibly going to next weekend, boy, oh boy, those heat continues on. Those overnight lows hold down in the 70s.
Looking like it's going to be a very toasty one out there, not just for us, but across the country. Now I want to turn our attention to a plane crash that happened in Harnett County. 2 people died this morning when their plane crashed into a boat company. WRAL reports the plane crashed at the NC Wake Boats on Hilly Springs Church Road in western Harnett County. The Highway Patrol says the pilot and a passenger were killed in the crash. The small plane took off from an airport in Sanford, and the National Transportation Safety Board and FAA are investigating how the crash happened. Well, that's all the time that we have for this hour. You can join me back here on ENC at 3 with Zach Coulter filling in for Charlie Ironmonger and Dustin Staples today. So we'll see you then. For now, take care and have a great rest of your day.